What up, YouTubers? Crazy Canadian back again today with my hair and stuff. Today we got Colby's, I don't know, what year is it? 2017 Mustang GT, which isn't really much of a GT left in it, I guess. But today we got in the garage because the exhaust, it just runs all the way to the back. And it doesn't make sense to me that someone would want a full exhaust on a street car. It just doesn't make sense. So today we've got to pull this thing out, and he's already got some spots in the front here, and we're gonna exit it right there. Basically, we've got to go from here to right there. This is gonna be one of the easiest exhausts I've ever done in my life.
He didn't know at the time, but he would come to regret saying that.
Sound clips. Today's video sponsor is Omaze. Go to omaze.com/boostedlifestyle to check it out. Do you want a chance to win the fastest and the most advanced production car in the world? Well, here's your chance. Omaze is giving you the opportunity to win this Tesla Model Plaid. And let me just give you the rundown real quick. 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. If you don't know how crazy that is, you could be at an intersection and be at 60 miles an hour before you reach the other side of the intersection. It has over 1,000 horsepower, but more importantly, it's electric, so it has all the torque all the time. It's gorgeous pearl white with black interior and wood trim. Tesla makes these things look so good. And to top it off, you've got a range of nearly 400 miles. And for your chance to win this super amazing ride, just visit omaze.com/boostedlifestyle, or the link is going to be down in the description. And check this out, your donation's actually going to go to a great cause, Reverb. And Reverb actually partners with festivals, events, musicians, just to like green up their events to make it better for the environment. And their work truly does make a positive impact on the environment. If you've seen these festivals, bottles and everything everywhere, they've been working to clean that stuff up. So like I said, to potentially win this Tesla Model Plaid and to support Reverb, you can go visit my link in the bio or www.omaze.com/boostedlifestyle. Let's get to building. So to start, a little bit of background on the car. It's got a Coyote in it that's built. It made 1700 wheel in the dyno, I'm pretty sure.
Corrected or non-corrected?
I mean, on the dyno, it showed 1700.
1780 corrected.
Yeah, okay. So it's made 1780 wheel horsepower, twin 6870s. Goes 3.5 here. The 3.5 goes to about mid-car, and then it's dual 4-inch to the back. With exhaust cutouts back there that were bolted shut. Colby's gonna start pulling all this junk off it. Does your trans get hot with that trans cooler right there?
No.
Oh, mine does. Fancy intake. He just put fancy coils on it. Like I said, built 5.0. I've never been a mod motor guy because they're like kind of expensive, so we just do LS swap stuff. But it'd be cool to get a Coyote in something light, like a 2,600 pound Fox body Coyote, stock bottom end, 88 millimeter, make like 800, 900 wheel. I think it'd be super fun. Stick car. And obviously we had to put the skirts on it because this is nicer than anything else I've worked on, so I don't want to mess up his cool wrap. Yeah, it's kind of heavy when you're trying to do race car things. Just this section alone is 90 something pounds, correct?
96, yeah.
96 pounds. Of course, we got the tractor out here too. Awesomer Prime. All right, fresh starts, getting rid of the dumb. Gonna start with just this piece. Get rid of all that junk. Man, this thing weighed a lot of weight. We'll just start with this. I was actually supposed to wire up my fuel pump today because the car showed tomorrow I need to put it on the dyno. We're putting it on dyno, I didn't tell you that. But any day that I don't have to do wiring and someone else wants to do wiring and I can do fab work, good day to me. Well, we got some pipes. The biggest issue I'm running into right now is that the tire under full lock hit this downpipe to start with, so I'm going to do my best to clear the rest of it anyways, to go around and down. The other side, it doesn't have the exhaust hot pipe in the way, so this side easily tucks up back there and goes down. Black Sheep Industries turbo blankets. We took a little break and we back at it again, baby. A little bit of a backstory on this. We were at the track class and we ran 851 at 162 or 63 miles an hour, something like that. We were only at 30 pounds of fuel pressure. Now it doesn't sound bad, but when you're running 30 pounds of fuel pressure on the top side of the fuel injectors and you're running 27 pounds of boost on the bottom side of the fuel injectors, that means there's 30 psi trying to push down on the fuel injectors and 27 pounds trying to push up on them. So you get like 3% of fuel injector. 3 psi fuel injector. And praise Holly so much. But what that means is our injectors were trying to open 120%, which means they were just static open and our air fuels were like low 12s still. And to put that in perspective, I have 2200 cc fuel injectors on gasoline. So Colby kindly put a 75 amp relay in here, a 60 amp fuse, and 10 gauge wire straight from where the battery would come right here on this side of the cutoff, just down to the pump. No connections or anything, so we should have good voltage to our pump now. And then he also rehooked up our water pump, or intercooler pump, sorry, and our rad fan as well. Or that's our trans fan. But like I said, any day that I don't have to do wiring, great day. I've got the here made with his pipe. It's got to go from there, almost a straight piece, out to the side right here, where he's got these already installed. And then this one, because it's got to snake a little bit more, I've only got done down to where that bar is. Now the only problem is, we only have so many pieces of pipe with bends in them. I didn't do this welding before, by the way. We only got so many pieces of pipe with bends in them, and then we have to start pie cutting stuff, which means extra work for me. But we're gonna get it done with the materials that we have, and then this is like a free job. Only we have to use argon, that's it. Perfect, I'll trade that for wiring any day. That goes for almost, not really, don't bring your stuff to me. Boom, that's what's up, first pipe done. As you can tell, some of the joints didn't fit up right because some of the stuff was like ovaled and I had to cut it weird angles and I didn't have full nut. Trust me, I'm just lazy, I guess. Anyways, look at it. It's like a little whale peen. I'm gonna put it on the car and you can see what it looks like. Oh yeah, 2 trailer park girls go around the other side. The angles, I mean, it's decent. And then we got full movement for that tire as well. It's also why I hate J-bends. Like the curves are so inconsistent in a J-bend versus buying like the actual 90 piece. So I have like some spots I gotta fill. I'm probably gonna weld this section up just to get all the warpage out of it first. The pipe is so inconsistent that like it's weird to weld because it could be a high side on this side and then it switches and the high side's over here and you've got to like roll the torch into where you need to fill like the groove.
Yeah, because you're now coming up to
filling this side of it, this little gap here. That's what I mean. It's like the J-bends are really inconsistent and that's what we're using. Use J-bends. Hook bird to the left. Not my best welds, admittedly, but like I said, the pipes were inconsistent, so my welds are inconsistent. At least I had the right gas coverage. Like this isn't the right gas coverage, by the way. For the record.
getting around that tire.
Yeah. Okay, I need to lift this board in.
Is your machine
So this thing does have, we were
On the chine?
discussing earlier, look at the angle this thing has.
on the chine? You're whatever you want to be.
Drift car things. But I think the 1600 horsepower would probably loop you around in a circle pretty quick. What you doing, Kyle?
Eating chocolate? No, you gotta say where you get it, and then I say doggy dropped it.
No.
And I'm like, no.
Like, did you pack your bags yourself? No.
There you go. Last one going in. It's on. Comes out here. The biggest thing now is it's dark outside. It's like 10:30 at night. And he's got to start his race car to get it out. But I've also got to start mine to move it. So our neighbors are going to hate us. Well, me. Because they're my neighbors. Sorry, bro. I need like an acreage or something. Canadian. Crazy Canadian acreage.
You want to hear it start?
Yeah. Let me just get the jack up under the air. I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
Hear it start first, and then we can lower it down.
Okay, cold start it.
It should stay running with me out of it, but we'll see.
We'll start my car up and you can start your car up. What up everybody? Crazy Canadian back. We're at a car show today, but the cool thing is, the main thing is, they've got a dyno here. We're gonna put it on the dyno and see if we can make 1,000 horsepower today. That mullet be looking fresh though. What do you think it'll make?
1,070? Based on mile an hour?
Yeah, I guess so. I think.
Oh,
Just hanging on a fuel line.
spare parts.
Oh yeah, perfect.
It's good.
Those are supposed to be up there somewhere.
We'll blame that on Colby.
Yeah.
He touched the fuel system.
You know, this is like the girls.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Smells like burning rubber. The alternator belt, yeah, I figured that.
First pass.
It's still alive.
So I'm like, two's good.
Yeah, two's fine.
Yeah, 8,011.
1,011.
Got it,
Broke
man.
1,000.
Nice.
What do you think it's gonna make? If it doesn't spin.
1380
If it doesn't spin.
right there.
So essentially Colby had to go up there and just show me up because so far the highest horsepower next to mine was like 500 or 600, 700, maybe in the diesel, 800 maybe. And now he's like, you know, I'm just gonna put it up there. Just, what a guy though. Stealing my glory today. The one thing I needed. His exhaust is slightly louder now. I know you're putting that stuff in it, aren't you?
Maybe.
Did it make 1,300?
Yeah, I think it did.
I think I just heard him mouth 1450 or 1460.
No.
Thanks.
Dude, that sounds incredible, that exhaust.
Doug Colby.
Oh yeah.
What's the torque?
Nothing?
Yeah.
Like 800 or
He
something?
didn't print the torque yet. It's,
1463.
The next day.
Out of curiosity, we need to know what the car weighs just like for number wise. We can kind of guesstimate at it by mile an hour and horsepower and all that stuff, but Colby brought the scales over.
Yeah, we'll have to level them. See?
Oh yeah, on the corner.
Yeah.
Put some washers.
Yeah, we got some.
Okay. fancy levelers. And we'll see what the car weighs now. Without me in it. Oh, 3081. And I know I'm like 190, so you just hop in there. That's full weight, like everything's in it.
3278. 77.
That's not bad.
What was your guess?
3300. So we're looking at front and rear bias here with me in the car. It's 53.6 front, 46.4 rear. I basically have a road race car when you look at it, because it's pretty corner balanced-ish, a little heavy in the front, but I could put some nice wheels on the front and go around turns.
The next day.
We're back again. This video pretty much all over the place, but that's okay because my life is all over the place anyways. We have this device right here. Let me show you. It's like some crazy technology stuff, and it's made like this edge will let you know if things are straight. So like, for example, no, I'm not very straight. I mean, yeah, I'm straight. Super. Anyways, our biggest issue with the race car is that it keeps throwing belts. And I think it's my own problem. You see this top bracket right here? This thing is supposed to be straight, and I think one of our spacers is a bit longer than the other ones because I didn't use the right spacer. But this piece is definitely not straight, and I think that's why it's kicking belts. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, and I'll show you what I did and why I did it, and why we need to fix it. All right, this is exactly how it came out. Use our straight device here. You can see that the top is it kind of bent back actually, now that we unbolted it, but it still is a little bit bent up. So the problem being, we had to cut down some of our spacers here because the bolts actually go through where the motor plate is into the head, and it's designed for not a motor plate. So we had to take away 1/4 inch on the spacers. And I thought I took it away on this spacer, but it must have been the other one. So I had another spacer around. I'll try and find it. If not, we'll cut this one down. Oh, boy. I gotta do some maths now and figure out how long these spacers are supposed to be. So I gotta add up this piece plus this piece, plus this piece, and this piece, and this piece, and this piece, and this. Oh my god. Me doing maths is like the guy trying to fit the round peg in the square hole. And the maths. One. Maths. Here's our number in inches. These ones are supposed to be 0.250 less than this one to make everything all square, but they're like 0.5 out. They're like 1/2 inch. So we're like 1/4 inch out each one of these from what it's supposed to be. I need to make all these numbers make sense. So these three right here actually get 0.250 extra added onto them because the motor plate is like a washer. So these three right here need to add up to this number with this. So this one needs 0.250 taken out of the spacer basically. And these two, I'm gonna have to make new spacers for them. Once again, I have no qualifications to tell you how to use a lathe or if you should even use a lathe. But if you don't use it, you're basically a wussy, so you might as well use it. You know what, let's just go there. We'll call that good. Do it, measure it. Nothing can hurt me now. According to your handbook, I am fully safe. Now this thing should go from what it was down to 375-ish. I'm pretty close, man. Maybe like a little bit more. I didn't take into account that this one has like a little recess thing on this thingy. I was doing it along this line and I didn't realize there was a little tiny recess here. So I may have just messed it up. Well, that was only super annoying. I got it to look right now. It looks like when you push this one in, that's how many threads. That's how many threads. That's how many threads are gonna go through the engine right there. And then these ones will stick 1/4 inch further out because they have to go through the motor plate as well. Anyways, I think I cut them all like twice and measured once, and then I had to recut some, and then I'm left with a couple extra spaces. I didn't do it right. It's not my specialty, maths. Alrighty, nothing looks super twisty in there, man. Everything looks straight. This piece is straight again. Yeah, let's put a belt on. Is it so much to ask for an alternator? All I want is an alternator. I just want to charge stuff. That dyno clip you seen earlier, I looked at the log. It went down to like 10.6 volts. And now get this, my 1400 horsepower-ish fuel pump on like 14 volts, it doesn't work for a 1,000 wheel horsepower car on 10.6 volts, which was on the dyno. So at 10.6 volts, that's not a 1400 horsepower pump anymore. That's like a, I don't know, a streetcar pump. It was only making like 40 PSI fuel pressure. And that's the biggest thing. With so much electrical draw, we need that voltage. The fan speed needs to be up to keep it cool. It needs for the transmission fan in the rear, and it needs a fuel pump. All those things need that voltage, or else stuff doesn't work. Like, for example, 40 PSI fuel pressure, 30 pounds of boost. Doesn't work very good. The key was left on the battery, dead AF. You know you gotta keep your lawn chairs in the back for when you go to kart meets. Just kind of back here. If you don't bring lawn chairs to kart meets, you're doing it wrong, bro. Look at this turbo. Whee! You better be following my lawnmower build, by the way. I got some more stuff in for today. So my next day off, I can work on this thing. Actually, I get 18 days off after these 3 night shifts that I gotta work. Which is kind of cool because I can make more content. It's basically what I want to do full time. And also, if you want to support the channel, my Patreon link is down below. I do release videos early sometimes. And when I'm at the track, I do post my time slips to Patreon, like as I'm at the track live, play-by-play at the track. So if you guys want to help out the channel an extra little bit, I think it's like $3 is the minimum to get in, and then my VIPs are at 20 bucks. I'm gonna do something special coming up for those guys soon. I might start putting some names on the wall, like the golden ones over there. Those are my original Patreon ones. I said I'd never do it again. But I think once you get over a certain threshold, I'll probably put you on the wall here, and then we'll have a list of names that we can give away stuff to the special MVP dudes. This is actually the perfect opportunity to try out our new jumper pack thing. This is one of those lithium ones. It's supposed to be able to start like a 6-liter diesel, so it better start a 5.3 shitbox with, I don't know, probably not good compression. Yeah, here goes nothing, I guess. Key forward. I wasn't even pointing at the buttons. I'm stupid. It might be smart, like, once I'm done hooking up the alternator, to, like, put the battery wire back on the alternator. Stupid ass Kyle. So basically today is, well, today, the 25th I think, and we have a no prep race on the 28th, so we have to get the car ready and prepped. I'm gonna do that when I come out here or later. I'll get this video guys to you today. The new merch line is actually coming out probably shortly. We're gonna get rid of like all of this stuff that's on like Shopify and Printify and stuff, and we're gonna make it all locally, well, not locally, but I have a partner who's coming in with me, and we're gonna make merch, and it's gonna be in hand, so it's not stuff that has to get like drop shipped. And then for our other company, Black Sheep Industries, we have to test out some new wastegate springs. I have them inside. I have to do that later on today as well. We make a 60mm wastegate. We also make turbos at True North Turbos. This is Black Sheep Industries. Those are Black Sheep Industries. We make a lot of cool stuff. But like I said, no prep is coming up this weekend. I have a couple things to do. Prep of the car. I have to change the front shocks and this thing. These ones are blown. I'm gonna put the strange ones that are on there in there. Ooh. Also, I have 18 days off now. I took a set off work, so normally my shift is like 3 days, 3 nights, 6 off, 12-hour shifts, and I took like a set of 6, so I have 18 days off now. So we have some time to work on our cart, Virginia's car. We really need to get the engine in this thing. We're just waiting on my Summit order to come in. After we're done with the no prep with this thing's probably just gonna get stored, maybe up the other garage to have some room in here to work on some fun stuff. Speaking of fun stuff, I actually want to get the Civic over here as well sometime. And I want to start the all-wheel drive swap in that, because I think an all-wheel drive Civic would be the funnest winter tire drift car thing. I don't know, maybe we'll put it in and we'll see how it works. But I think the all-wheel drive car, like 350 wheel all-wheel drive, is going to be like a little street missile, which will be super fun. As always, make sure you like the video. I'll see you guys soon. We got 18 days off, lots of footage coming up. Peace easy, get that V. Make sure you subscribe.